I think in regards to the earnings season, what is really important is the first half an hour or the first hour of the session, and it could be extremely telling of where the stock may potentially trade for the remainder of the day.
So much happening in the first 30 minutes of the session. You've got positioning, you've got people trying to run stops, you got reacting to news, overall market sentiment. You need to narrow down what that action means so you can take advantage in any of your trades. And really, sometimes we call it the shakeout. Right? Like you can have something with a positive catalyst, like Palantir did here today, and it's gapping up and you get continuation, or you could see something like Intel, which is gapped up and it's an abject failure. And you ask yourself, like, what is the difference between these two things? Well, oftentimes it's not going to be as simple as looking at it before and being able to tell what's going on and what's going to happen. It's inside of that 30 minutes, that opening range, as people like to call it. You're able to figure out one from the other. Now, jumping in a short like on Intel or diagnosing that you've got a bit of a long, it takes a little bit of homework. Now, first off, what you want to do is have an idea, because if we're strong, we're above the range here. The following day, like pretty easy to see, like you've got this 147.5 top from the prior day, and that's turning into support, so it's generally strong and at a positive news story they'd gotten a contract. And you've got this top end that you can very obviously see as well, here at 149.5. Now, the usual bamboozlement happens at the open. It opens up, there's wicks to the top, it comes right back down in, it goes to the top, it pulls back. Now, this is where it gets a little bit instructive. It's that second fail to top. There's the shakeout happening. You're going to have people reacting to the news, some profit takers in there, some people building long positions. All of that needs to shake itself out so that you can determine which direction is going to win. Now, it's easy enough to say if it finally breaks out, you take a breakout and you can look for that entry. But I think the more instructive thing is you're rinsing back and forth within the range. The second time it ticks and wicks that high, you get a higher low. Do you have to be in there? You probably don't. Because you can look for that third time it wicks the high again and puts in another higher low. And this gives you something reasonable, which is an entry at that higher low with even a tight stop or a wide stop. You have yourself some options. And that's always going to be key. You want to have optionality. Now, on the other side of the coin, you don't want to fall for the opening traps that are set. Sometimes you got to zoom a bit further back. Now, I was watching Intel when it did this move to 2 sessions prior, where once you were above about 68, the sellers didn't just trap anyone trying to punch the breakout long, they utterly destroyed them all day long. Then you see the following day, underneath the same price, tons of resistance. So when this one's gapped up, I'm setting myself up to say, well, if those sellers are there that are letting it drive higher and then ready to slam it down, you have to wait to pounce on that trade. If you know that what happened before was allowing early morning traders to retail in and drive, and then they got smoked, you've got to lie in wait, kind of like you're hunting for your prey, because that's what they're doing. They're allowing that opening drive and all the breakout traders to get exuberant and start chasing the move before they pull the rug. And the funny thing about it, the entire opening range needs to hash itself out before it can take that bounce. It took that first half an hour for it to even settle down. That's how much they rug pulled. So whether you're finding something that's going to have follow through, allowing the first 30 minutes to give you a trend for something that could maintain strength, you do want to avoid those massive, massive traps. Better yet, if you can lay in wait while the trap's being set, and you can be the one to spring it and take advantage of that opening flush out.
And it's a massive teller, whether it be a fundamental catalyst or a technical catalyst. The way the stock reacts in the first half an hour can be a big teller of where you're going to head throughout the remainder of your intraday session. We were referring to Tesla and earnings. You had Palantir with a fundamental catalyst as well too. But if you have a technical breakout like in Bitcoin today and that first half an hour remains strong, then sure enough, at some point, you can get in on a form of a pullback, because in that first half an hour can be a major confirmation, and whether that breakout is going to be genuine or not, but it's a massive teller within the technicals and the fundamentals of how the street, retail, and even the larger participants can direct the stock. It's either going to be a genuine move, or eventually it can entrap a bunch of retail traders and even the larger participants and have a false breakdown.
And bonus time, because when you're looking at that first 30 minutes, also pay attention to what kind of an attitude the stock had in the opening range, maybe the prior day, or like we showed with Intel 2 days before. Because here's a bit of a hint. Prior day, you did see an initial flush out, but the fake out this time wasn't a fake up and then flush out on Intel. It was a fake to the downside and then a huge recovery on Palantir. That gives you the hint of what's going on. Regardless of the opening push one direction or the other, there were buyers in that stock. And that's where you can take that information. It doesn't mean you're automatically going long the next day, but you have a general bias. The same way there was a bias over there in Intel because of what we saw here, bias to the short side even though it's up. You can find yourself with the absolute reverse over there in Palantir. So good luck on all of your trading, everybody. That first 30 minutes, absolutely key.
And we've seen that in regards to Tesla. That first 30 minutes, even though we didn't have the continuation that we were looking for, you have pullbacks into the volume weighted average price and you hit the high of the day.